Welcome back, guys. This time around, this is a logo design crash course. We are going to create basic logo. I've created some logos and we're going to create them and see how we created them. So these are logos I sketched from my head. I created them from my head and I did not do a whole lot of research. I just created them from my head just to show you how to design logo with CorelDRAW. So I'll open this file of logos I've created. Then I'm going to replicate most of the logos I created here. So what I'm going to do is to page this, and we're going to create a logo folio from this later on, and this is the first logo I created. Then I'm going to just look into it. We're going to have the second page, then delete the background. Then I'm going to choose this as well, and I'm going to delete this background. I'm going to do this as well. I'm going to come here as well. This is plain. I'm going to come here as well, delete the background. I'm going to come here as well and delete the background. Then we have something like this. So I'm going to show you how I created most of these logos. So this particular one is very easy to create. I'm going to ungroup this. I'm going to ungroup all, and when I dissect this logo, you see how I created it. So for instance, this is a circle. When you bring it out, you see that is a circle, and when you leave this in, this is a circle. We can have this deleted because we don't need it, but when you leave this is kind of tricky because this is 8. I don't know if you get that. This is 8, and how did I create this? I used this is a font, this is an Ara font, and I'm going to use it to write 8 and see how it goes. I'm going to use it to write 8. Then this is 8 for you. How did I use it to create this? I used this 8 to create this. How? I mirrored this text. When you mirrored a text, when you rotate, you can rotate the text. When you mirror, you see different mirror, but we are not talking about mirroring the text. I rotated the text, and to rotate a text, you have to double click this X you are seeing. You have to double click it, and when you double click it, you see these edges. So you can rotate easily from here. So when I rotated, what I did is I rotated this. I rotated like this, and when I was rotating, you see the rotate value, you see the angle of rotation right here. Then I'll just put it to 90, since 90 is the perfect angle to put something like this. So I'll put this to 90, and you can mirror the text and see what it looks like. Then we have different version of this. So we have it like this, and we have it right where we want it because that's what it is right here. But how do we make this? How do we balance this up? How do we make this make a whole lot of sense? There are a lot of ways you can achieve this. When you are cloning a logo, there are a lot of ways you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this to cajole this. I'm going to use this to cajole this. Then we have something like this, and I'm going to leave it as black. Then I'm going to just do it like this. Then I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to highlight these two. I'm going to highlight them. Then I'm going to minus. From, as you can see what just happened. What I did is to minus the front from back. I'll minus back from front. So it's minus the back from front, and I have something like this. So this is how I created something like this, and it looks so good right here. And right here we've created an abstract. This is an abstract logo, and alpha links. Why did I use something like this for alpha links? It looks like fish, and this is a brand that talks about fishes and all that. So we're going to leave this at this. We're going to leave it at this, and we're going to leave the font at Ara, and this is the e signal for this, and we're just going to have this to look smaller. Then we're going to have this like this. Then we're going to save that. That's our first logo, and I'll go to page 2 of this and see what it looks like. So here we created a food vendor logo. This is a logo for a food brand. That's why we used a red color. So all I have to do is to hold on to this and ungroup. So you see what I made this of. So I made this from F and O. This is the F and this is the O. So I created this logo from F and O. How did I do that? When you look at this is the rounded empty bold. That's the font I used to create this, and the same font I used to create this. So what I'm going to do is to write my text. I'm going to use the text to write F in capital letter and to write O in capital letter as well. let's see what small letter looks like. Okay, the O will be in small letter, the F will be in capital letter, as you can see. Then I'm going to break this apart. I'll use Ctrl K. I've told you how to break apart. I'll use Ctrl K to break this apart. Then we have this broken apart. Okay, quite all right. Then we still have this as R, not the rounded bordered that this is. So we're going to choose from our font types here. We're going to choose this. We're going to choose and we have this. When you choose on this the R, we're going to change this to this as well. So we have a F like this, we have a F like this. We wrote food vendor with the same text font, so we're going to leave it at that. So now what did I do? I rotated this, so I'll have to double click this. All I have to do is to double click and it brings the rotation icon. So all I have to do is to rotate this way. Then when I was rotating, I saw something like this, so it has to be 270 for a perfect angle. It has to be 270. We have that as 270, but this is facing this way. Why this is facing this way? So with this way, we're going to mirror the text. We're going to mirror the text this way, then it faces this way back. Then we have something like this. Then the O comes here. We're going to just make this smaller. Then we're going to make it fit into this. Then we have this is giving some kind of fog vibe and all that. So I'm going to just highlight this and increase it, so see what we've done so far. So as you can see, we're going to just make this bigger a bit and we're going to make it cover the excess of this thing. So we're going to just make it make a whole lot of sense right here. And we have our food vendor logo right here, and we're going to group this. You use Ctrl G to group, Ctrl G. So I use Ctrl G to group these, so we have them in group. And yeah, we have performed a boolean operation right here. So that's why you need a whole lot of text, typography, color. We know food brand is associated to red color, so that's why we're giving this a red color, but we're going to leave this at black right now. I'm going to just highlight this and give it black as well. Then we're going to leave it at black. We're going to make this, we're going to reduce this, and we're going to reduce all this, so we are going to have them in reduced size. Then we are going to delete what we have before. We're going to have this highlighted and we're going to bring it to the middle to sit in the middle. So we have something like this. Then we're going to delete this and delete this. These are simple logo ideas that I created. I've created one for alpha links, I've created for food vendor. Then the third one is, we talked about EBM logo. So what we did is I downloaded this image. Then I power clipped. I'm going to extract this first. Let me extract contents. When you extract the contents, this is what the content is. I downloaded this image. You can download this anywhere on Google. You can download it anywhere. You can say you want to download a clip art. You can say you want to download a Scholar. Then you see something like that Scholar clip art. You can bring any of it in. You can remove the background for your purpose, and I've shown you how to remove background. So there are different ways to remove background. You can use an AI tool to remove background, and we're going to use any of these. As you can see, this is the clip art. So just download something like this. Download a clip art that talks about Scholar, and you're going to try to export this in. So how do we do that? How do we try to power clip this? We've learned about power clip, and this is a mere circle. This is a mere circle. This is a text. This is a text we created. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and bring this out. That's the text for you, the text that made that, and that's a black text and is in bench shrift and the hope of tomorrow too. Let's try and bring that out. So then we give it a black color. This is in ara, and these are the colors, these are the circles. Then when you bring this out, you see is a circle for this, and we have a mere circle right here. We have two mere circle right here and two mere circle right here. So let's bring this in back. Let's make them make a whole lot of sense back. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to dissect all these and bring them outside so that we can create them. So I'm going to bring this outside. I'm going to bring this outside. I'm going to bring this outside as well. I'm going to bring this outside as well. Now I'll create my first circle. We have 2 to 4 circles right here. all I have to do is to create one. So I'm going to create one. I'm going to use the ellipse tool to create my first circle. So this is my first circle right here. I'll be using this, but it's not a perfect circle when you check here. So we'll be using 325 pixel. It has to be equal. So we have a perfect circle right here, and this perfect circle will be the smaller circle. We're going to make use of this as the smaller circle, and this is smaller circle right here. So we have this. Then we're going to duplicate this with Ctrl D. I'm going to use Ctrl D to duplicate this. Then I'll make this bigger. I'll make this a bigger size. I'll make it 300 in both places. I'll make it 300. Yeah, I'll keep it that way. I'll make it 300. 300 is too small. Let's make it 400 then. Okay, so 400 is perfect. We're going to leave it as 400. Then we're going to bring out this smaller circle. We're going to bring this out. Let the smaller circle stay out. While the smaller circle stays out, we are going to power clip this. We're going to have this power clipped. So you're going to use the effect to power clip this. Once I click on effect, I'm going to power clip it. Place inside container. I'm going to place it inside this container. Then I'm going to edit. Right click to edit content. Then I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to bring this into the power clip. Then we have something like what we have before. We're going to keep it this way. Then we're going to finish editing objects. Then we have this power clipped already. Then we are going to have something like this. So this is power clipped already, and I want to have the black color here. So this will be the black color, and I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this, to be honest. I'm going to remove this. So we are going to have this in the middle. In the middle of all this, we are going to have this in the middle, and as you can see, we have your page. You can change this back to your page. So we put it in page, and we have the text. We are going to talk about the text. So we are going to talk about the text right here. We have the Academia International. So you are going to write Academia International. So we're going to have I'm going to use my text to create a text. So I'm going to say the Academia INTL. Then we are going to make this a branch script. As you can see, that's what it was, and we are going to make that. We're going to highlight it and make it a branch script logo, and we have that, and we're going to make this white. Then we're going to fit text to parts. So we are going to come to the text aspects to look for fit text to parts, and this fit text to parts. Then we're going to fit it to parts right here. So we have something like this. We can make it smaller, and bring it closer to somewhere here. So we have this, and we are going to bring in this now. So to make it make a whole lot of sense, we are going to bring this, and we have this somewhere here. It's not showing right here because it's down. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring this out, and we're going to make this, we're going to bring this up. So what we're going to do is to say order. We're going to bring this to the front layer. So this will be in the front layer. We're going to take this back and see what it looks like now. I hope it stays on the back. So it stays on the back actually. Why? So we have something like this. This is not having any color, that's why it's like that. So we're going to give the circle white, and we're going to bring it back and see what it looks like. So we have this white color right here. When you look at this, it looks similar to what we are having right now. All we have to do is to do the 2 dotted circle and give the hope of tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is to adjust this to the right size. So we have something like this, and we need 2 circles, like 2 small circles with white colors. So that's what we did here. So you're going to just bring this in somewhere here. So we're going to use Control Page Up to bring it up. So we have Control Page Up as a shortcut to bring things up to the front of the layer. Then you are going to do, you are going to delete this. You are going to duplicate this. I'm going to use Control D to duplicate this. Then I'm going to have this somewhere here. So we have something like this instead, and we are going to click this and shift click this. So when I shift click both, I can use E. E balance it up. It makes it the same on a straight line. Then we're going to bring it somewhere here, we're going to have something like this. This is not looking so straight, but you can do a fine tune. Now we're going to have hope of tomorrow. Then we're going to make this smaller. We're going to make this smaller. We're going to give it a white color. Then we're going to highlight it and give it a white color. Then we're going to use the text fit text to parts again. We're going to say fit text to parts, and we're going to see how to fit these two parts. So we're going to have something like this right here. We're going to mirror the text right here. We're going to say mirror text, and we have something like this. So we mirrored this text to make it look this way. Then we're going to increase the size. We're going to increase the size to like 8 points here. We're going to say 8 points, then, or we say 10. Let's make it 10. So we make it 10, and we have something like this. We have something for this, and we'll be able to design something like this. So all we have to do is to make it somewhere here. Then we have something like this. I'm going to come to the main logo and bring it in and see if we have something similar. So when I bring this in and we look at it very well, we have something kind of similar. And yeah, that's how to create something like this. I hope to see you in the next lesson where we conclude this with two other logo. I hope to see you there. See you there.